Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're gonna run through the test-driven development cycle. I'll show you how to perform test-driven development. I'm gonna use IntelliJ and Java programming language, but the same rules are valid for different other programming languages and software development tools. So let's do the new project. Let's call it calculator. We're gonna do the calculator. We'll save it on desktop in test folder. We'll use Maven as a packaging tool, and let's Java programming language. Let's create it. Okay, we are in. This our POM, basically the instruction file for the app, for the project. We'll need to change it a little bit. I'll need to add dependencies. I'll copy and paste for to not waste your time. Here we go. So this should not. That's the bad version. Let me double check what is the correct version. .593. Huh. Interesting. 593. How about now? 593. Okay, it worked. Okay, so we went by one version back. It happens. Our main goal is to make it work. Okay, so we changed the POM file, so now it will grab those dependencies if needed. Basically, it's a testing library that will be used in test-driven development. Okay, so we have our code here, our main and our test classes. I need to add packages. Let's do this. It's a Java programming language, so you should be used to this nonsense that Java forces us to perform. It makes probably programming safer, but it takes more time from us developers. Okay, so we have packages done. And let's start development. So first of all, how does test-driven development work? It makes developer to start with the test. So developer, we are writing test first, and then we write code. And with that, so we write the test and we test the code with that test. Of course, because the code is not existing, the test fails. So we have to write then the code and then test passes. And then next step is the same thing. We write another piece of test. That test fails. Then we write the code. Then the test is valid and we can continue. It feels a little bit awkward from the beginning, but when you get used to it, it makes everything much more safer and better. Except, yeah, you're gonna lose some time by doing it. So most programmers don't do that, but actually some big companies require programmers to use this way of software developing. Okay, so first of all, let's create a test. So we'll have calculator test. We don't need this. And then for the faster way, let's copy and paste everything here. I have some errors here. I cleared the errors. Okay, so we're done. So I copied and pasted a test class here. What test class does? It tests the adding of two numbers. So oh, what's happening here? Okay, here we are. So it creates a variable. It uses its calculator class. That calculator does not exist. That is why it's highlighted in red. And what it will do, it will make a result by calculating two numbers, by adding two numbers 2 and 3, and it should be 5, which 2 plus 3 is 5. Yeah, again, this is in red because we don't have the calculator class yet, and that's actually our first step. So first step, we have to fail. So we're failing right now. Let's do and create a class. Calculator class. Let's create it. In IntelliJ, it's Alt and Enter, and it will create a class for us free of charge. Okay, so we have a created calculator class, which is in test for some reason. Let's leave it as is for now. Later we can move it, but I just want to show you the code. The class will be very simple. That's our class. What it does, it adds A plus B. So if we're gonna go back to the test method, test class, the calculator is no longer highlighted in red, which means it is finding this class, and let's see if it passes. We're running the class, we're running the test, and we should get a positive result. And yes, test passes. Test passed, 1 out of 1. So that's the second phase of our programming way. First we have a failing test, now we have a passing test, because we created this calculator class. Now let's add, for example, because right now we have only adding method, so let's add different method. Let's say subtracting method. We're gonna create in the calculator class, but not now. Right now, let's create a test first, which will test the subtracting, and of course it will fail, which is good for us. Although it sounds weird, but it's good for us to create failing test first. Let's do this. Yes, as you can see, it's in red, which means it cannot find the subtract method because it does not exist. So now let's create subtract method. Let's go back to the test, and it no longer in red. Let's test. And it passes. And that's the very basic example of how you perform test-driven development. You create a test first, then you create a code, then you create test second, then you create code, and you go this way till the end of your programming project. That's it. Thank you very much. You have a good day. Bye-bye.